still insist that there is no activity, not even an election, is more important than the safety and the health of the Zambian people.
The Movement for Multi-Party Democracy, MMD, has become one of the first critical opposition political parties to welcome the decision by the Electoral Commission of Zambia, ECZ, to suspend campaign rallies in line with public health guidelines on the prevention of COVID-19. On Thursday, the 3rd of June, the Electoral Commission of Zambia suspended all campaign rallies ahead of the August 12th general elections, following expert advice from the Ministry of Health that the third wave of the COVID-19 has occasioned a spike in the number of people getting infected. An MMD president and presidential candidate, Nevas Mumbaza, expressed happiness the ECZ has taken a bold step to prevent the spread of the virus.
So, ECZ banning rallies yesterday is consistent with our position that anything that would jeopardize or threaten the health of the Zambian people must be dealt with and dealt with ruthlessly. And in this case, I'm happy that there's a suspension on the holding of the rallies. However, we've made it very clear that the ECZ, many times, they fail us because they seem to be toothless when it comes to the execution of their own regulations. What is the point of banning rallies when other political parties, even after that announcement was made, continue to have those rallies? I think that we have spoken about this issue, and ECZ must know that until and unless they have power to implement their own decisions, it's a waste of people's time.
Dr. Mumbaza, however, asked the ECZ to clarify what sort of political gathering really constitutes a rally.
I think it is in the interest of the stakeholders and also the ECZ and the Zambian people to know what really constitutes a rally. If I go into town and people get excited, candidate Nevas Mumbaza is here and we get 17,000 people coming to greet me, is that called a rally, or is it a greeting, or just to have a glimpse at the next president of Zambia? They have to be able to define what a rally is. If I go to Chimwemwe and have a meeting in a hall with 500 people with the social distancing in there, and there's a lot of life and shouting, is that a rally? So they have to be extremely clear in terms of what they mean by a rally. Outside that, I think that, you know, it's a fruitless exercise.
On the call by the Zambia police for political parties to make them aware of their door-to-door campaign, the MMD presidential candidate has wondered how this will be possible.
Police must also get serious. They must be part of the stakeholders. Such kind of instructions don't make sense. You know, the civil liberties allow you as an individual to go to your neighbor's house and knock and say, or do you have ugunga, can I have some? You don't go to the police to get that kind of permission. That's not what we are talking about, and that's the problem we have in this country. When we are trying to solve a big problem of ensuring that these super spreaders of rallies and stuff are managed, they start to talk about door-to-door. Door-to-door, you can't stop it unless there are people, 75 people go and gather in front of one door. Then probably you have a problem. But I think the police must get out of politics and listen to the guidelines that are being set out and manage those guidelines, not coming up with a door-to-door thing. I think we think that's it's a time waster.
Meanwhile, the MMD has deferred to a later date the launch of its campaigns that were scheduled for this Saturday. Lazarus Sichola, Movie TV News.